Welcome back to That's Life with John Carver. This is episode number 244. And I'm calling this episode Peeking Backwards. And the theme of this episode is regret. And I think you can probably relate to having at least a little bit of regret in your own life. There's lots of people who have had, and maybe still have, challenging relationships, both at home and at work, certainly. And there may have been individuals who've stolen from you, and there have been individuals who've spread lies about you, and there have been people who harassed you and maybe falsely accused you. There's times in your life, I'm sure, that you've messed up, that you've said words out of anger and frustration. And maybe you've made some stupid choices and let your emotions go unchecked. I think we've all been there. I know I have more than once. Maybe there's been some times that you've done some things that were wrong and you knew it was wrong at the time. There's times when you maybe didn't have all that mental baggage that you've had to carry, or maybe chosen to carry for a lot of years. Maybe there's times when you've put your trust in people and they've let you down, and you've realized that it was such a waste of time to trust people like that. What if, I think it's not what if, I think you and I many times have sometimes kept track of all those things that we've stressed about and we've done wrong or had done wrong to us. And we realize over time that that's been such a waste of time. I think you can probably relate that every moment that you think about what has happened to you or where you've messed up, that's another moment that you can't be realizing your best life now, as one author wrote a book about that. Wasting time by peeking backwards can cause great detours. Have you ever gotten distracted driving? And I'm not going to get into the details how that might happen, but I'm sure you've gotten distracted while driving and you realized once or twice that you made the wrong turn or almost got hit or almost hit somebody in the car because you got distracted. And that's a lot like what regret does to both of us. Regret has a tendency for us to wreck our lives and or to take detours that if we weren't focused on the mistakes of yesterday, that we would not have had a chance to make those errors and detours and potential crashes in our lives. Focus for me, to try to focus forward based on trying to ignore those stupid things I've done, is to have a daily agenda, to be intentional about my life and where I'm going, and more importantly, why I'm going there. Oftentimes you and I get stuck sometimes on what we're trying to do or where we're trying to go in life. But in my world and reading about successful people, what gets them out of bed more times than not is why they're getting up, why they're doing what they're doing, because that is the motivator that many times gets you past a certain point of despair and frustration and regret. So what I try to do is fill my schedule with activities that pushes me forward and focusing forward, which then doesn't give me the time to feel the emotions of regret. Are they still there in the back of my mind? Oh yeah, every day. But I try to overwhelm those thoughts with good things of ways I'm trying to help people, and again, like I said before, why I'm trying to do it. So I choose to not listen to local news and, more importantly, national news. Because why? It gets into my head. It messes me up. It detours me. It distracts me from where I'm trying to go in my life. So if you choose to focus forward, if you choose to create a life where there's less downtime or less empty space in your schedule, you really truly don't have time to think about, or not think about much, those mistakes and those regretful things in the past. So how can you reduce the chances of you having regret going forward? I'm going to give you just several items. One is never ever lie. Never lie, because lies always come back and bite you. So I'm sure, like we're talking about regret earlier, one of those examples are lies. You've told a lie or a bunch of lies, and they've come back and bit you in the butt, right? Another way to avoid regret or reduce regret is to be kind to everyone. Just be kind, be nice. Develop the habit about reading about successful people every week. Just read about successful people every week, because there's some things in that information that's going to help you overcome some of the challenges and hiccups and struggles and doubts that you have in your own mind. Understand that there are more good people than bad people. Again, understand there's more good people than bad people, even though the bad people seem to get all the news, which seems to be the case. But there's way more, way more good people than bad people. Always verify. If something doesn't sound right, and I just fell into it just the day before I taped this show. I fell into something that I thought was something, and I realized, due to some help of some kind people, that I was tricked. Yeah, I got tricked. So if something doesn't sound right, dig deeper into it. Finally, stay away from unethical people. Because when you hang around unethical people, their unethical nature will bleed over on you, and you will do things that are unethical. And then that, as a byproduct, you will, at some point down the road, regret doing what you've done. So peeking backwards doesn't allow you to focus forward. It just doesn't. You have the ability to reduce that regret dramatically and creating an amazing life. So I end this show today with a suggestion. Forgive the person you see in the mirror. I'll say it again. Forgive the person you see in the mirror. My name's John Carver. Thanks for watching.